Welcome back to Buzzworld. If you've been following the Diddy saga, you know we've already covered the jaw-dropping allegations and legal chaos surrounding one of the music industry's biggest names. But this story just keeps getting bigger. From shocking new lawsuits to major fallout in the entertainment world, we've got the latest updates that will leave you speechless. So get ready, because this isn't just an update. It's a deep dive into the controversies that could redefine Diddy's legacy forever. 1. Legal troubles and obstruction of justice. Alleged use of jail calls to obstruct justice. Prosecutors in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial have accused the music mogul of systematically violating prison regulations in a calculated effort to influence the outcome of his case. According to court filings, Diddy has been using other inmates' telephone accounts and engaging in three-way calls to contact individuals not listed on his approved contact list. These alleged actions are part of what prosecutors describe as relentless efforts to corruptly influence witness testimony and obstruct justice. A review of recorded calls has reportedly revealed that Diddy instructed his family members to contact potential witnesses, including individuals who could provide damaging testimony against him. Prosecutors assert that these communications were deliberate attempts to manipulate the judicial process, using his influence over others to sway witness statements and potentially alter the trajectory of the case. These activities are particularly concerning given the nature of the charges against Diddy, which include allegations of sex trafficking and racketeering. Prosecutors further allege that the defendant has used his resources and network to orchestrate a campaign designed to undermine the integrity of the trial. For instance, they claim Diddy even orchestrated social media posts and public relations strategies from behind bars to sway public and potential jury opinions. The seriousness of these allegations has played a significant role in Diddy's repeated denial of bail. Judges have expressed concerns about his ability to tamper with witnesses if released, stating that his uncanny ability to get others to do his bidding poses a risk to the fairness of the proceedings. Despite proposals for a $50 million bail package with stringent house arrest conditions, prosecutors remain firm in their opposition, arguing that no measures could sufficiently mitigate the risks posed by his alleged obstruction efforts. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our newest videos. You can choose to get notifications for some videos or all of them. If you're using your phone, don't forget to check your settings and enable notifications. Judges ruling on destruction of Diddy's jail notes. In a significant development in Sean Diddy Combs' ongoing legal battle, U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian has ordered the destruction of notes seized from Diddy's jail cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. This decision came after Diddy's attorneys argued that the confiscation of these notes violated attorney-client privilege, a fundamental legal protection ensuring confidential communication between a defendant and their lawyer. According to court filings, the notes were taken during a search of Diddy's cell, with prosecutors claiming they contained potential evidence of witness tampering. Prosecutors alleged that the notes detailed a possible strategy to influence witnesses, including instructions for family members to contact potential victims and manipulate jury perceptions. These accusations tie into broader allegations against Diddy, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and obstruction of justice. Diddy's defense team vehemently opposed the use of the notes, asserting that their seizure was an illegal breach of privilege. They argued that the notes were private and essential for preparing his defense, making their use in court a violation of his constitutional rights. In response, Judge Subramanian sided with the defense, ruling that the notes must be destroyed and cannot be used as evidence in the ongoing case. 2. High-profile allegations. 5 new sexual abuse lawsuits. The 5 new sexual abuse lawsuits filed against Sean Diddy Combs bring to light significant and troubling allegations, adding to the growing list of accusations against the entertainment mogul. These 5 cases, filed in the Southern District of New York, mark a new chapter in the ongoing legal troubles that have plagued Combs. The lawsuits involve accusations of sexual assault, rape, and drugging victims, with the incidents reportedly taking place between 2001 and 2022 in locations such as Miami and New York City. These new filings raise the total number of sexual assault civil cases against Combs to 34, showcasing the depth of the accusations against him. The plaintiffs in these lawsuits remain anonymous, but the details of their claims paint a disturbing picture of abuse. Among the plaintiffs are 3 men and 2 women, with one of the women claiming to have been just 17 years old when she was allegedly assaulted during one of Combs' white parties in the Hamptons. The accusations in these lawsuits are serious, with the plaintiffs alleging that they were sexually assaulted after consuming drinks that left them feeling disoriented, only to later wake up to the disturbing reality of being assaulted. One of the men, a former actor, describes a harrowing experience in which he was drugged and gang-raped after attending a music video audition in New York City in October 2001. According to the lawsuit, the actor, who was instructed to visit an unspecified hotel room in New York, found himself surrounded by a dozen people, including Combs' bodyguard and a casting director. After being told to strip down and asked if he was comfortable with nudity, the plaintiff was allegedly drugged by a strange-tasting drink, passed out, and later woke up to find himself being assaulted by Combs. The man suffered injuries, including cracked teeth, which he claims were a result of the assault. Another case involves a 17-year-old woman from Texas who was allegedly invited to Combs' 4th of July party in the Hamptons in 2004. She claims that she was given a drink that made her feel disoriented, and when she woke up, she discovered that she had been sexually assaulted. The lawsuit alleges that Combs threatened her, telling her he ran New York and could ruin her life if she spoke to the police. The young woman reportedly agreed to keep quiet after Combs allegedly promised to return her purse and cell phone, which she had handed over upon arrival at the party. She was then escorted to a hotel in East Hampton, where she claims the assault occurred. In addition to these 2 plaintiffs, the lawsuits also describe other incidents of abuse, including one that allegedly took place during a Halloween party in New York City in 2001, and another at an after-hours event in Miami in 2022. In both cases, the victims claim to have been assaulted at parties attended by Combs, with some alleging that high-profile public figures were present at the events. These lawsuits come on the heels of a previous settlement in November 2023, when Cassandra Ventura, another woman, filed a lawsuit against Combs of years of physical and sexual abuse, coercion, and sex trafficking. While the case was settled hours after being filed, it was only the beginning of a long string of legal challenges for the music mogul. Since then, dozens of other accusers have come forward, adding to the mounting allegations against Combs. Federal agents raided his properties in March, and Combs was arrested in September, further fueling the legal storm surrounding him. In total, the 5 new lawsuits are part of a larger group of about 120 cases, which were announced by a group of lawyers, including Tony Busby, who represents the latest 5 accusers. Many of the lawsuits have yet to be filed, and the legal landscape for Combs continues to evolve as new plaintiffs come forward. In addition to the ongoing lawsuits, Combs' legal team has been fighting to prevent further publicity of the case, including filing for a gag order to stop witnesses from speaking out against him. This request was denied, though a judge has called for all parties involved to avoid leaking non-public information ahead of the trial. Combs' attorneys have repeatedly denied all allegations, with one attorney stating that they have full confidence in the integrity of the judicial process and that the truth will prevail in court. Systematic abuse and exploitation. According to the allegations, Combs exploited his power and influence, relying on a complex web of associates, assistants, and hangers-on to find vulnerable individuals, some of whom were aspiring entertainers or people hoping to advance their careers. These employees and associates would reportedly be tasked with scouting out potential victims, often at public events, or through personal connections in the entertainment industry. Once a victim was identified, they were allegedly invited to private gatherings, such as the infamous freak-off parties that Combs hosted, or to one-on-one meetings in his private residences or other secluded locations. One incident that has resurfaced in light of these allegations involves unsettling footage from the 2003 MTV Movie Awards, where Combs was seen backstage interacting with then 13-year-old actress Davy Chase, best known for her role in The Ring. In the footage, Combs appears visibly excited as he invites Chase to one of his infamous after-parties. His demeanor is described by many as creepy and overly eager, particularly when Chase nods in agreement to his invitation. Given the reputation of these gatherings and the allegations surrounding their true nature, this interaction has raised significant concerns about Combs' intentions.
What in the MTV Movie Awards?
Coming to the after party tomorrow? Yeah!
These gatherings were described as carefully orchestrated events where victims, once they arrived, would be drugged and coerced into participating in violent sexual acts. Victims claimed they were given drinks laced with drugs that left them disoriented and vulnerable. At the parties and meetings, they were reportedly assaulted, raped, and humiliated by Combs and others in attendance. There are specific claims that some victims were drugged with substances that caused them to lose control over their bodies, making them unable to resist or even comprehend what was happening to them. Once incapacitated, the victims were allegedly subjected to sodomy, physical assault, and psychological torment, with many describing the events as deeply traumatic. These shocking allegations highlight the importance of awareness and prevention. We've created a dedicated video on how to protect yourself from sexual assault and predators, covering essential safety tips and strategies. We highly recommend watching it to stay informed and prepared. In that video, we also discuss highly effective tools like anti-spiking drink covers and rape drug test kits, crucial items that can help you stay safe in vulnerable situations. You can find these items in the description below. One of the most disturbing aspects of these accusations is the systematic nature of the abuse. It wasn't simply a matter of isolated incidents or opportunistic assaults. Rather, the acts of violence and sexual assault were reportedly planned and executed with a disturbing level of organization. The use of Combs' network to control and manipulate the victims, ensuring they attended these gatherings or private meetings, often under false pretenses or with promises of career advancement, was central to how he allegedly conducted these abuses. Some individuals, particularly women, were reportedly groomed to believe they were entering into business meetings or social gatherings with influential people, only to be trapped in situations where they were violently assaulted. In some cases, victims claimed that Combs and his associates would use threats of ruining their careers, public humiliation, and even physical violence to ensure silence. Those who managed to escape or survive these horrific encounters reported being stalked, intimidated, and pressured into not reporting the abuse. The trauma these victims experienced reportedly did not end at the parties or private meetings. Many claimed they were further terrorized by threats of blackmail, with Combs allegedly using his network to control and manipulate their lives long after the abuse took place. The Puffy Flavor Camp. The Puffy Flavor Camp was supposedly intended to provide industry insight, networking opportunities, and guidance to aspiring musicians and performers. Hosted by Diddy, it attracted several high-profile young artists, including Justin Bieber. However, the environment that allegedly unfolded within the camp appears to have been far from what it was advertised. According to reports, the mentorship program's true nature was far more sinister, with rumors circulating about its use as a vehicle for predatory behavior, manipulation, and abuse. Among the most troubling interactions reported are those involving Diddy and Justin Bieber. In footage that has surfaced, there is an unsettling clip of Diddy patting down Justin Bieber. The encounter allegedly took place during a private meeting where Diddy is seen checking Bieber for a wire, concerned that law enforcement or federal investigators might be listening in on their conversation. This moment, which has been circulating widely, suggests a tense and secretive environment, where Diddy was reportedly concerned about surveillance and the potential consequences of their discussions being overheard. Additionally, there is footage of Diddy and Justin Bieber partying together, which has drawn significant attention. In this footage, Bieber appears to be drugged. He looks dazed, confused, and disoriented after he was caught in a compromising position with Odell Beckham Jr., reportedly performing a sexual act. These visuals have fueled ongoing discussions about the nature of these gatherings and the extent of the coercion involved. Another troubling piece of footage shows Diddy confronting Justin Bieber, asking him why he has been avoiding him and not hanging out with him like they used to. Bieber's body language during this interaction is particularly disturbing as he appears visibly nervous and scared.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
The allegations don't end with Justin Bieber. Usher's name has also been tied to controversy surrounding Diddy. During an interview conducted by Kevin Hart, Diddy mistakenly admitted to waking up in bed with Usher while Usher was a teenager and under Diddy's care. This startling revelation has reignited questions about the true nature of their relationship and the dynamics at play during Usher's time under Diddy's mentorship.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say?
Drug-laced baby oil and spiked drinks at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Diddy's infamous freak-off parties were once the talk of the celebrity world, but have now come under intense scrutiny due to accusations of drug abuse, sexual exploitation, and extreme coercion. These parties, allegedly held at Diddy's private residences or in lavish hotel rooms across New York and Los Angeles, are now central to the federal criminal case against the music mogul. The events were described as days-long, narcotic-fueled orgies featuring multiple sex workers, with Diddy and his associates accused of orchestrating the events under extreme secrecy and pressure. According to the Department of Justice's indictment, participants were allegedly coerced with drugs such as ecstasy, ketamine, and cocaine. Some victims reported being drugged and subjected to physical violence, including being hit, kicked, or having objects thrown at them. Injuries from these altercations could take weeks to heal, and victims were reportedly forced to take IV fluids afterward to recover from the physical toll of these events. Diddy's alleged role in these freak-off parties was one of control and manipulation. It is claimed that he used his celebrity status, wealth, and power to demand compliance from the attendees, ensuring that they remained obedient through both threats and the use of mind-altering substances. Additionally, these parties were allegedly filmed and recorded, with the music mogul reportedly keeping detailed records of these acts. Victims have described being targeted in a premeditated manner, with substances such as Rohypnol and GHB being used to incapacitate them. These drugs, commonly referred to as date rape drugs, were allegedly a central part of the strategy to ensure victims' vulnerability and compliance. According to complaints, Combs particularly fancied the use of Rohypnol and GHB, both of which are widely known for their ability to physically and psychologically incapacitate victims targeted for sexual assault. GHB is often misused for its ability to increase libido, suggestibility, and passivity, while also causing amnesia, leaving victims with no memory of events while under its influence. These traits make individuals highly vulnerable to sexual assault and other criminal acts. Similarly, Rohypnol is known for its incapacitating effects when dissolved in an alcoholic drink. It prevents resistance to sexual assault by leaving victims unaware of what has happened to them. The complaints allege that Combs would sneak doses of these drugs into alcoholic beverages served at his infamous parties. Victims claim they were given spiked drinks, which left them disoriented, defenseless, and unable to recall the events that transpired. Perhaps even more shocking are the allegations regarding the use of drug-laced baby oil. According to complaints, Combs would allegedly squirt baby oil or other lubricants laced with GHB onto his victims. The drug was absorbed through the skin, debilitating them further and rendering them incapable of resisting. In one case, an accuser's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, stated that her client experienced her body becoming more and more limp after being doused in what she believed was a drug-laden oil. The victim reported feeling that her faculties were completely debilitated, making it easier for Combs to exploit and assault her. Authorities believe these parties were part of a larger network of sexual exploitation, as individuals were flown in to participate under false pretenses. Diddy's associates are also accused of helping him organize these gatherings and ensuring that the illicit activities could continue without interference. In response to these serious allegations, Diddy's spokesperson has denied all wrongdoing, but the growing number of lawsuits and the detailed testimonies from victims are making it increasingly difficult for him to avoid the legal consequences. The legal proceedings against him are ongoing, with a trial scheduled for May 2025, and many activists and victims are hopeful that this case will lead to a broader reckoning within the entertainment industry regarding sexual abuse and exploitation. Jane Doe's identity reveal. Anna Cain, the ex-wife of NHL player Evander Kane, had previously filed a lawsuit against Diddy and former Bad Boy CEO Harve Pierre for sex trafficking and gang rape, claiming the assault occurred when she was 17. Initially, Kane had sought to proceed with the lawsuit under a pseudonym, hoping to protect her privacy and emotional well-being. However, a U.S. District Judge, Jessica G.L. Clark, ruled that Kane must reveal her real name in order to continue her case, which prompted Kane to come forward publicly. In a statement, Kane expressed that while she had hoped to remain anonymous, the decision to use her real name was made out of a desire for accountability. She mentioned that the defendant's request for her real name was an intimidation tactic, but she was undeterred and determined to pursue justice. This case became public in December 2023 when Kane amended her complaint, detailing a horrific sequence of events that allegedly occurred when she was flown from Michigan to New York, where she was drugged and sexually assaulted. She claims she was taken to Diddy's house recording studio, where she was repeatedly assaulted and left traumatized. The lawsuit also accuses Combs, Pierre, and another unknown individual of preying on her vulnerability, forcing drugs and alcohol on her, and engaging in sex trafficking. The case draws attention to the larger context of multiple accusations against Combs, including one from Cassandra or Cassie Ventura, who filed a similar lawsuit around the same time. Despite the mounting allegations, Diddy has denied the claims, defending his reputation and stating he would fight for his name and legacy. Kane's decision to reveal her identity was inspired by the courage of other women who have come forward with similar accusations against Combs and Pierre. Her lawsuit, which is now focused on the individual defendants after corporate liability was dismissed, continues to make waves as Kane seeks justice for the alleged assault. 3. Fallout and public backlash. Eric Adams revokes Diddy's key to New York City. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has officially rescinded Sean Diddy Combs' key to the city after the release of shocking security footage showing the music mogul physically attacking singer Cassie Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel hallway in 2016. The footage, which aired on CNN in May, has sparked widespread outrage and added to the growing legal and public backlash against Combs, who is already facing numerous allegations of sexual abuse and a federal sex trafficking investigation. In a letter dated June 4th, Mayor Adams sent formal requests to Combs' offices in New York and California, expressing his deep dismay at the violent incident. "I'm deeply disturbed by the actions depicted in the video," Adams wrote. "I strongly condemn these actions and stand in solidarity with all the survivors of domestic and gender-based violence." The letter requested the immediate return of the ceremonial key, which had been awarded to Combs during a public ceremony just last year in celebration of his career and the release of a new album. Combs complied with the request, and City Hall confirmed it had received the returned key on June 10th. The move is part of a broader fallout for the hip-hop mogul, whose reputation and career are unraveling amidst a deluge of lawsuits, allegations, and public criticism. The assault footage has prompted renewed attention to Combs' history of alleged abuse, including a high-profile lawsuit filed by Cassie. In that case, she accused Combs of years of violence and coercive behavior. Although the lawsuit was settled just one day after it was filed, the release of the security footage has brought new scrutiny to the claims and reignited calls for accountability. This incident also marks a stark contrast to the celebratory tone of the original ceremony where the key was awarded. The prestigious honor, meant to recognize exceptional contributions to the city, now serves as a symbol of how public perception of Combs has drastically shifted in light of the recent revelations. Miami Beach cancels Sean Diddy Combs Day. The city of Miami Beach has officially revoked its recognition of October 13th as Sean Diddy Combs Day in light of the growing legal controversies surrounding the music mogul and the release of disturbing assault footage. Originally declared in 2016 by then-Mayor Philip Levine during the Revolt Music Conference, the day was meant to honor Diddy's contributions to the music industry and its ties to Miami, where he owns a luxury mansion. However, on June 26, 2024, the Miami Beach City Commission voted to rescind the proclamation, citing the incompatibility of honoring Combs with the city's values of safety, community well-being, and respect. In an official resolution, the commission stated that upon reflection, the mayor and city commission have determined that recognizing October 13, 2016 as Sean Diddy Combs Day is no longer in harmony with the city's values. The decision to cancel this honorary day was made swiftly and without any debate, signaling the city's firm stance against the allegations of violence, sexual abuse, and coercion that have surfaced against Combs. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree and donation. In a significant move, Howard University announced on Friday that it has revoked the honorary degree it awarded to Sean Diddy Combs in 2014, discontinued a scholarship program named after him, and returned his $1 million donation. The university released a statement emphasizing that Combs' behavior, as captured in the video, was so fundamentally incompatible with Howard University's core values and beliefs that he was no longer deemed worthy to hold the institution's highest honor. Howard University, a prestigious historically black university, also reiterated its steadfast opposition to all acts of interpersonal violence. The university's governing board took these actions following a review of the events surrounding Combs' recent legal issues, particularly by the release of the assault footage and the lawsuit filed against him by Ventura. Combs, who dropped out of Howard University in 1990 after attending for 2 years, had maintained a close relationship with the institution over the years. In 2016, he donated $1 million to Howard, which was earmarked for creating a scholarship fund for undergraduate business students in need of financial assistance. This scholarship program, named after him, also provided opportunities for students to intern with his entertainment conglomerate. However, this gesture, along with his honorary doctorate, has now been reversed in light of the ongoing scandal. In addition to the rescinded honors, Howard University also terminated a separate 2023 pledge agreement with Combs, which had not yet resulted in any financial contributions. Furthermore, the university made a clear statement that Combs' name would be removed from all official documents listing honorary degree recipients. In the wake of these developments, Cassie Ventura issued a brief statement urging the public to believe victims the first time. This statement came after the video's release, signaling a call for support and validation for those who have suffered in silence. The revocation of Combs' honorary degree and other actions taken by Howard University reflects a significant shift in the way that major institutions are responding to allegations of abuse and misconduct by powerful figures. Celebrities fear implication in Diddy's scandals. In a revealing new documentary titled The Downfall of Diddy, Inside the Freak-Offs, American singer and songwriter Ray J discussed the efforts of several high-profile celebrities to suppress allegations against Sean Diddy Combs by paying off alleged victims. Ray J, who has previously been associated with Diddy, claimed that numerous celebrities, fearing the fallout from their connection to the embattled mogul, have reached out to him seeking help in quieting victims and preventing them from speaking out publicly. According to Ray J, these celebrities are so concerned about being implicated in the ongoing scandal that they're offering financial settlements to the victims in exchange for their silence. In its interview for the documentary, Ray J explained that he had been contacted by these high-profile figures who expressed their anxiety over their ties to Diddy and the potential damage to their own reputations. He described the situation as a widespread attempt to handle the allegations privately before they escalate into legal disputes. "I'll give you money, please don't talk," Ray J quoted one of the individuals involved in this alleged payoff scheme, as he opened up about the lengths some of these people are willing to go to avoid public exposure. He further explained that he had become a go-between for some celebrities and victims, as they confided in him due to their trust in his discretion. Ray J seemed visibly nervous as he revealed this information, especially when pressed for details on what these individuals were trying to conceal. The documentary, which aired on Tubi, also featured attorney Tony Busby, who disclosed that he had sent demand letters to several celebrities, giving them an ultimatum: pay up or face a lawsuit. Busby's involvement added another layer of intensity to the situation, signaling that the legal battle surrounding Diddy's alleged abuse is far from over. The documentary sheds light on the web of connections and efforts to suppress evidence, revealing how Diddy's legal troubles have spiraled into a larger issue of cover-ups by some in the entertainment industry. These efforts to buy silence demonstrate the extreme lengths to which certain individuals will go to protect their public image and avoid being dragged into the scandal. As Diddy's trial approaches, these tactics of paying victims to avoid further lawsuits indicate the depth of the fallout from the accusations and the lengths some people are willing to go to protect their ties to the music mogul. The full scope of these alleged cover-ups remains unclear, but it is evident that the entertainment industry is grappling with the consequences of its complicity in shielding powerful figures from accountability. 4. Celebrity and industry reactions. Oprah's connection to Diddy. Oprah Winfrey, the renowned media mogul and philanthropist, has long been regarded as a figure of integrity and empowerment. However, recent revelations regarding her connection to Sean Diddy Combs have generated significant public interest and raised eyebrows across the entertainment industry. The media mogul's ties to Diddy, previously not widely discussed, have come under scrutiny in light of his ongoing legal battles and the growing allegations of abuse, coercion, and misconduct surrounding him. Oprah's connection to Diddy stems from her history of interviewing him and her involvement in his ventures. Over the years, the two have appeared together in various public settings, including interviews on Oprah's famed talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, and collaborations for special events and initiatives. Their relationship has been seen as one of mutual respect, with Oprah offering Diddy a platform on her show and supporting his rise in the entertainment and business world. However, as the accusations against Diddy have escalated, some have begun to wonder about Oprah's role in his career and her relationship with the rapper-turned-business mogul. While Oprah has publicly maintained her support for survivors of abuse, including those in the entertainment industry, her ties to Diddy have prompted questions about whether she knew more about the alleged incidents surrounding him than she has publicly revealed. The spotlight on her relationship with Diddy has sparked conversations among fans and critics alike about the boundaries of celebrity friendships and the responsibilities public figures hold when associating with individuals accused of serious wrongdoing. In the wake of Diddy's legal troubles, some commentators have raised concerns over whether Oprah's past endorsements and public appearances with him could be perceived as tacit approval of his behavior. The public has also speculated on how Oprah might respond to these developments, given her reputation for standing against injustice and empowering victims. It remains to be seen whether Oprah will address these concerns, or if her connection to Diddy will continue to play a role in the public discourse surrounding his downfall. Jay-Z and Diddy's rape lawsuit. New details have emerged regarding the allegations against Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs. The accuser, initially identified as Jane Doe, has now been revealed to be Anna Kane, who was 13 years old at the time of the alleged incident in 2000. This revelation has reignited public attention on the high-profile case, which has rocked the music industry. According to the federal lawsuit, the alleged assault occurred after an MTV Video Music Awards after-party in New York. Kane, who reportedly lacked a ticket to the event, approached limousine drivers outside Radio City Music Hall, hoping to gain access to the show or an after-party. One driver, allegedly employed by Diddy, reportedly told Kane that she fit what Diddy was looking for and invited her to a party later that evening. Kane claims she was later picked up by the same driver and brought to a white house with a U-shaped driveway where she was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement before entering. Once inside, Kane described a chaotic party scene filled with celebrities, alcohol, and drug use. At some point during the night, Kane alleges she was given a drink that left her feeling lightheaded and disoriented. Seeking a place to rest, she went into a private room. Shortly afterward, Kane claims Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room. According to the lawsuit, Diddy exclaimed, "You're ready to party," before the alleged assault occurred. Kane alleges that Jay-Z forcibly removed her clothing and raped her, while Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched. Diddy then allegedly assaulted her while Jay-Z and the female celebrity looked on. Kane further claims that she managed to resist an attempted further assault by striking Diddy in the neck, causing him to stop. After the incident, Kane says she fled the house, retrieved her belongings, and eventually reached a gas station where she called her father for help. Anna Kane, now 42, is seeking damages under New York's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. Her legal team has emphasized the long-standing psychological trauma she has endured since the alleged assault. Both Jay-Z and Diddy have strongly denied the allegations. Jay-Z publicly called the claims idiotic and criticized the accuser's legal team for what he described as unprofessional behavior. In his statement, Jay-Z urged that such serious accusations, if true, should be pursued through criminal charges rather than civil lawsuits. Similarly, Diddy's legal representatives have dismissed the lawsuit as a shameless publicity stunt, accusing the accuser of targeting wealthy and high-profile individuals for financial gain. 5. Scandalous party culture. Freak-off parties. The infamous freak-off parties organized by P. Diddy have long been a source of whispered rumors within Hollywood and the music industry, but recent allegations have brought their shocking nature into the spotlight. Known for their opulence, secrecy, and unrestrained debauchery, these gatherings were a haven for excess, where the lines between indulgence and exploitation were allegedly blurred beyond recognition. These parties, often hosted in luxurious mansions, private yachts, or secluded estates, were marked by extravagant displays of wealth and power. Attendees included A-list celebrities, high-profile executives, and even international figures, all lured by the promise of exclusivity and unfiltered hedonism. Lavish decorations, flowing champagne, and high-end catering set the stage for a night of indulgence, but the real allure lay in what happened behind closed doors. Adding to the secrecy, footage has surfaced showing Diddy personally asking his guests for their phones and confiscating them before boarding his yacht, ensuring that no recordings or evidence of the night's events could be leaked. This level of control over privacy highlights the lengths to which he allegedly went to protect the activities taking place during these gatherings.
Got everybody's phone now? Got everybody's phone.
Got the board phone?
Huh? Excuse me, I need the phones, guys. I need your phones. I need your phones. I need your phones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Reports indicate that these parties were fueled by an unrelenting supply of drugs, including cocaine, MDMA, and other illicit substances, provided to create an atmosphere of uninhibited freedom. Witnesses claim that guests were encouraged, if not outright pressured, to partake, blurring their judgment and inhibitions. In some cases, this environment allegedly paved the way for darker, more abusive behaviors to emerge. Attendees have described these events as being anything but ordinary. With a focus on provocation, Diddy reportedly hired performers and models to engage in sexually explicit acts, often in public view, to entertain and titillate his guests. The term freak-off itself, as insiders suggest, was a nod to the anything-goes mentality that defined these gatherings. Women, often recruited through modeling agencies or scouting networks, were allegedly brought in under the guise of professional opportunities, only to find themselves caught up in a world they had not anticipated. Many of these women have since come forward to share their experiences, recounting stories of coercion, exploitation, and abuse. One particularly disturbing aspect of these parties was the complete disregard for personal boundaries. Reports suggest that some individuals were drugged without their knowledge, leaving them vulnerable to manipulation or worse. Perhaps most shocking is the claim that some of these parties involved minors. Allegations suggest that underage individuals were brought into this environment, a chilling testament to the depravity of what took place. Use of sensory-enhancing elements. Baby oil, among other items, was reportedly used as a tool to create a hyper-sexualized and provocative atmosphere. Entire rooms would be prepared in advance, with surfaces coated in baby oil to encourage physical intimacy and interactions among guests. These oil rooms, as they've been described, became a hallmark of Diddy's parties. Participants were encouraged, or at times coerced, to strip down and engage in activities that blurred the lines of consent. The slick, slippery environment was meant to create a sense of liberation, but for many, it reportedly became a nightmare of compromised autonomy and humiliation. Witnesses claim that these sensory details were more than just for ambience. They were calculated tactics to create a controlled environment where inhibitions were stripped away. The oil wasn't just applied to furniture or objects. Party staff, hired performers, and even guests themselves were said to be drenched in it, turning them into part of the spectacle. Minors, secret tunnels, and inhumane practices. Among the most shocking and horrifying aspects of the allegations surrounding P. Diddy's infamous parties were the claims of involving minors, secret tunnels, and inhumane practices. The allegations suggest that minors were not only present at some of these parties, but were deliberately brought in under the guise of being models, dancers, or party attendees. Witnesses and insiders have claimed that young individuals, some as young as 14, were handpicked and groomed by Diddy's inner circle to attend these events. Many of these minors were reportedly lured with promises of fame and career opportunities. Once inside, the environment became a trap. Sources claim that these minors were stripped of their agency and subjected to coercion, exploitation, and abuse. Party organizers allegedly ensured that alcohol and drugs were readily available, further incapacitating the young attendees. Some reports suggest that these substances were deliberately used to manipulate and control the minors, making them more susceptible to the demands and desires of the powerful individuals in attendance. Perhaps the most chilling detail to emerge from these allegations is the existence of secret tunnels and hidden entrances at some of the properties where these parties were held. These tunnels reportedly connected the main party areas to private rooms or secluded sections of the property, allowing individuals to move undetected and engage in activities away from the public eye. Sources have described these tunnels as meticulously designed, complete with soundproofing and surveillance systems to ensure secrecy. They were allegedly used to smuggle in underage attendees or other vulnerable individuals without raising suspicion. These hidden passageways also provided a means for high-profile guests to come and go without being seen, effectively shielding them from public scrutiny or legal consequences. The allegations don't stop at the presence of minors or secret tunnels. They also include claims of inhumane practices that took place behind closed doors. Some of the most distressing accounts describe individuals being treated not as guests, but as commodities, subjected to physical and emotional abuse for the entertainment of others. Witnesses have reported seeing partygoers forced into degrading or violent acts, often under the influence of drugs or alcohol. There are also claims of individuals being held against their will, locked in rooms for hours or even days at a time. The combination of minors, secret tunnels, and inhumane practices points to a deeply entrenched system of abuse and exploitation that was protected by wealth, power, and influence. These allegations, if proven true, not only implicate Diddy, but also raise questions about the wider network of enablers who allowed such horrors to occur. Ali Carter's testimony. In recent allegations against hip-hop mogul Diddy, Allison Carter, a survivor of child sex trafficking, described the rapper's parties as not merely sexual gatherings, but as involving satanic ritual orgies. The claims gained traction after a series of video clips featuring Carter were shared on social media. Carter emphasized that the plight of child victims often gets overlooked, stating, "They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Get it right. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child sex slaves that were in the party, and one of those children was me." Reflecting on Diddy's recent arrest, Carter expressed surprise, saying, "I never thought it would happen." She shared that after gaining media attention in 2020, she and her family lost their home and struggled to rebuild their lives. Carter has also attempted to pursue legal action against Riverside County Child Protective Services, alleging their involvement in her trafficking, but claims her evidence was ignored. In a cautionary note to other survivors, she expressed distrust towards some support hotlines, suggesting they might not be reliable. Carter asserted, "Any money involved in these situations was blood money, whether used to silence people or not," and she emphasized her desire for support from everyday individuals rather than financial assistance from others. Despite the challenges she faces, Carter reflects on her journey and remains steadfast in her advocacy for victims of trafficking. 6. Evidence and witness accounts. Testimony to tapes involving minors and celebrities. Courtney Burgess, a key witness in the Sean Diddy Combs investigation, delivered shocking testimony before the grand jury in the Southern District of New York. Burgess claimed to have seen 8 explicit sex tapes involving celebrities, with at least 2 to 3 of the individuals allegedly being minors. The evidence came to light when Burgess, working in Atlanta, was given 11 flash drives by Kim Porter, Diddy's former girlfriend. Porter also provided him with a manuscript of her memoir, Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side. The book reportedly detailed decades of abuse, including physical violence, sexual coercion, and other heinous acts allegedly committed by Diddy. While initially released quietly, the memoir gained significant attention following Diddy's arrest, propelling its sales on Amazon. Burgess's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, described the tapes as a disturbing record of Diddy's deviant activities over the past 30 years. Although Burgess stated he no longer possesses the flash drives, his testimony has added to the mounting allegations against the music mogul. Criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos, whose daughter represents Diddy, expressed skepticism, suggesting the claims lack credibility. He remarked that prosecutors likely brought Burgess in front of the grand jury because his allegations were difficult to substantiate. Despite the doubts raised by Diddy's legal team, the allegations remain part of a larger investigation into the star, who has pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking charges. The indictment accuses him of abusing and coercing women for years, using tactics of blackmail, violence, and threats to silence his victims. Leaked messages between Diddy and Cassie. Recently leaked text messages between R&B artist Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs have exposed disturbing details about their turbulent relationship, shedding light on a pattern of alleged physical and emotional abuse. These messages, obtained by NSTARS, outline specific instances of violence, including a chilling account of a 2016 assault. In one text, Cassie writes, "I have a black eye and a fat lip. You always want to show me that you have the power and knock me around." Another message details the aftermath of an alleged attack. "You drag me down the hall by my hair. I have bleeding cuts. You hit me in the head 2 good times." These texts paint a grim picture of a toxic and abusive dynamic, with Cassie expressing her anguish by saying, "I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child." The leaked messages have reignited public interest in their controversial relationship, particularly the 2016 assault incident that left Cassie with visible injuries. These texts also highlight the emotional toll the alleged abuse had on Cassie, offering a deeper glimpse into the challenges she faced during her time with Diddy. As the messages circulate, they have sparked widespread discussions about domestic abuse in high-profile relationships and have intensified scrutiny on Diddy's actions during their time together. Diddy's party tapes. Rumors surrounding alleged party tapes involving Sean Diddy Combs have sparked a firestorm of controversy in Hollywood. These tapes reportedly contain compromising footage of several high-profile celebrities and are said to have triggered a fierce bidding war as individuals implicated in the recordings scramble to suppress their release. Actor Daniel Baldwin brought these shocking claims to light during an appearance on the PBD podcast. According to Baldwin, the alleged footage includes recordings of Diddy's infamous late-night gatherings, commonly referred to as freak-offs, where guests were reportedly unaware they were being filmed. He claimed that multiple cameras were secretly installed at these events, capturing private moments of attendees without their consent. Baldwin stated that the tapes are now being sold to the highest bidders, specifically targeting those featured in the recordings. Legal representatives and agents of implicated celebrities are reportedly negotiating to buy the footage to protect their clients' reputations. Baldwin described the situation as a bidding war to keep damaging content from going public, with the price for suppression reportedly escalating rapidly. According to Baldwin, the parties followed a strict protocol. As the night progressed, non-VIPs and attendees without significant fame were escorted out, leaving behind a smaller, more exclusive group. This late-night crowd was allegedly unaware they were being filmed during these private moments. Baldwin added that he himself had never attended these later stages of Diddy's gatherings, but had heard detailed accounts from friends and industry insiders. While Sean Diddy Combs remains in custody awaiting trial on unrelated charges, the growing attention on these alleged tapes adds yet another layer of complexity to his legal and public challenges. For now, the full extent of the tape's content and their implications remain uncertain, but the ongoing bidding war suggests the stakes are extraordinarily high for all parties involved. As the scandal surrounding Diddy continues to unfold, the legal battles, accusations, and fallout paint a troubling picture for the entertainment mogul and the industry as a whole. With new victims coming forward, shocking revelations about his parties and behavior, and mounting public backlash, the stakes have never been higher. As we await the upcoming trial and the potential consequences for Diddy, it's clear that this case will have far-reaching implications not just for his legacy, but for the entire celebrity culture that enabled these actions for so long. The path to justice may be long, but the truth is coming to light, one shocking revelation at a time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. How should history remember Diddy? Let's discuss. If you'd like to explore more intriguing content, click on one of the videos appearing on the screen now to continue your journey with us.